and welcome to At Rasha Rogers, a YouTube channel where we take topics in the news, celebrity or otherwise, and we discuss them through various views. So the topic that I would like to discuss today comes out of the 2024 Olympics. So there was a lot of controversy surrounding the women's welterweight division, okay? So the gold medalist, her name was Imane Khelif, and she is from Algeria. She's Algerian, and she went undefeated. She won every round against every competitor. One competitor in particular was from Italy, and she quit 46 seconds until the first round because she said that she had never been hit so hard by a competitor her entire boxing career. And because of this, the Italian Boxing Federation, they filed an investigation with the International Boxing Association, asking them to look into whether she was actually qualified to compete in the women's boxing competition, okay? Because what they found out was that last year, Imane Khelif, she was disqualified from competing in the Women's World Boxing Championship because she failed the gender eligibility test. And because she failed that eligibility test, she was not able to compete last year in the women's world championship. And the test came out that there was a problem with the chromosomes, and that because there was a problem with the chromosomes, that they could not verify or say with 100% certainty that she was a biological female, okay? So that's why they disqualified her, because the results were basically inconclusive, okay? Now, because of the test not being clear in identifying whether she was a biological female or not, many people are upset with the Olympics because they don't understand why she was even allowed to participate in the first place. If the test came out inconclusive, then why was she still able to participate? So their reasoning is the Olympics said that they go by what is on your passport. So if your passport says that you are female, then that qualifies you to compete in female sports, okay? And so that's why she was able to compete. So she won the gold medal, first gold medal in boxing for Algeria, and so everybody's happy. And now people are wanting more of an explanation from the results. Like, they want to know, like, the specifics, like what specifically was going on with the chromosomes to where it made the test inconclusive. And of course, they have no comment on that, but the Italian Boxing Federation, they are continuing to, delve into this and try to find out exactly what's going on. So, now, it gets kind of sticky because people have a right to their privacy, right? The test said that basically they don't know whether she's a man or a female, right? But since her passport said female, they went ahead and let her go. Now, for people to want more details, is that kind of violating her privacy? You know what I mean? Now, I understand that technically she should not have been able to compete if the test could not say 100% sure if she was in fact a woman or not. But the fact is they let her compete, and at the end of the day, it feels like it would be a violation of her medical rights. You know what I mean? Her her medical, her right to medical privacy for anybody to get any more detailed information. Okay. Now, my personal opinion, if the test was inconclusive, then that tells me that she was really a man. Because if she was really a biological female, the test would have shown she's a biological female. And then the IBA, the International Boxing Association, they would have no problem showing the results, saying, hey, look, she's a female. You know, she's got the 2 X chromosomes, and there you go. You know, I mean, that's the end to that argument, right? But since they refuse to elaborate anymore on the topic of why the test was inconclusive, you know what I mean? And they're just pretty much, you know, hush mouth about it. I feel that she may in fact be a biological male, because they could easily shut all this down, right? Just by saying she got 2 X chromosomes, and that's what it is. So, of course, Imane and her coaches and her team, they are arguing that the reason the test is inconclusive was because of, you know, they say that there are various chromosomal, hormonal defects that people can be born with. And this is true. Like, for example, Down syndrome, you know, I think they're missing a chromosome. Everybody has 46. I think they're missing one, and that's how you get the Down syndrome. Now, there are chromosomal disorders in regards to sex, right? Meaning male or female. Okay, there are only 2 chromosomes out of the 46 that determine whether you're a male or a female. Okay, it's the X and the Y. When you have an X and a Y come together, it's male. You have an X and an X come together, it's a female. Now, there are 4 disorders that you might have 3 X's or 3 X's and a Y, or 1 X and 2 Y's, but nevertheless, you are still either a male or a female. Now, you will have certain traits, something like the Turner syndrome. Like, I believe the Turner syndrome has, I think it has like 1X chromosome instead of 2. And so the characteristics of that is the woman, like, she has, she's short in stature, like, she has like a stout frame. You know, there are physical characteristics that come along with having just 1 X chromosome. But the point is, it's still a female. She's still a female, the person is. Same if the person has like XYY, which is the Jacob syndrome, okay? And that's when the male has an extra Y chromosome. But nevertheless, they are still a male. So, because it's very simple to just come right out and say, okay, yeah, there is a chromosomal disorder. She's got 3 X's, you know what I'm saying? Or she's got whatever, you know, 1 X, you know what I mean? She's got 5 X's. It's still a biological female, right? So I'm leaning towards the fact that she may in fact be a biological male. Okay, if she is a biological male presenting as a female, I guess she would be a transgender. I mean, she's not saying that she's a transgender. She's saying that she's in fact a female, but I'm saying if she is in fact a male presenting as a female, then that would make her a transgender female. And there have been many instances where transgender females that have come out as transgender females have competed in women's sports, and they have been winning, okay? They have been beating records, and they have been just dominating these female sports. And my thing is, I understand that you want to identify as a female, free will, right? Do what you want. But they need to come up with a separate category. There needs to be the category for women, biological men, biological men who have transitioned into women or identify as women, and biological women who have transitions to male or identify as male. We're just going to have to get more categories in these sports competitions in order to make it fair. Because as we see, it is not fair when transgender women compete in traditionally women's sports with biological women, and they're dominating the field. I mean, world records are being beat, and there's just no chance for the woman to compete fairly because physically a male's body is more dominant than a female's body. And that's just what it is. That's just what nature did, And that's due in part to the roles that we're supposed to play in society. The men are the hunters and the gatherers, so of course they need more strength and more muscle mass in certain areas, and the women are the nurturers, and so their muscles and their strength are in certain places. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. It's different. You know what I mean? But the simple fact is, the male biological body is stronger than the female biological body. Even the quote unquote weakest male is going to be stronger than your average female, just because how they're built naturally. So let me see if I have anything else to say. As far as a spiritual take on this, I mean, it's just an attack on the natural female, in my opinion. And that's just pretty much what it is. It's been a spiritual attack on the female since Adam and Eve. And like I've said in previous videos, there's basically beef between the female and the enemy. And so this is just another manifestation of the spiritual attack on the female. And that's my spiritual take of it, just to kind of make it short and sweet, right? Without getting too deep into it. But yeah, so my overall point is we need separate categories for transgender males, transgender females. They need to compete against each other, okay? And get out of the women's sports, because it is unfair and they do have an advantage just naturally, okay? So that's all I have for today. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. If you feel like you want to comment, and just a little food for thought. So I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
If you a boss lady, like I'm a boss lady, that means you do whatever you like. I said if you a boss lady.